Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Disco Elysium. In today's episode, we're gonna sleep, because it is 10:30 at night.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
I wonder if I can speak to Titus and get him to his brother to fix my window. Anyway, go to sleep.
It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Tell me, am I dreaming?
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash, the bang, the endless learning experience.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time. The smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now.
Interesting.
You can never forget this shit.
The rain, the snow, I don't want to. Beautiful.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Forget politics, I'll never sleep if I keep on like this.
Are you sure? You could be closing the door on a brilliant and special future for yourself.
Yeah, I'm quite sure. I'm very boring and apolitical and sleepy.
Did you hear that? He's renouncing politics. He's strictly business now.
Just another thoughtless vessel, ploughing the grey seas of every day.
You get more shit done if you do that.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Open your eyes. I wonder whether we did get more than 3 hours. Seemingly not, by the way he looks. Poor Harry. Alright, so we're now on to the next day. We can call the library. I think they're open now. I think they're open. It might have been 9 AM to 6 PM. Spirit is eternal. The horrific necktie is getting ready for the end game. For the love of God, do not remove it till the magic happens. Interesting. Idiot Doom Spiral's jacket, I think I've already got. Find the murder weapon. Perform a ballistics analysis on the bullet. I didn't do that. I need to check a couple more places for bullet traces. We need to actually create a theory on who shot him, which probably determines where the shot came from. We need to talk to Plaisance again, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, we've got this thing for Everart, which I don't really care about, but ask René about the photo. I don't really care about internalizing race theory. We can do this. I've been told that you can do this without actually acting on it, per se. Find all the armor. Gonna get more information from Alice today. Find a way into the secret passage, and apparently there's a pissing match between Precinct 41, yours, and Precinct 57, Kim's. Ask him about this after the initial inspection of the body is done. So we should be able to talk to Kim about that, I guess. Bum. Bum, 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 bum. I do like the music in here. Hey, Kim. Can we talk about that now? Out of interest? Tell me about the case again. What do you want to know? Now that I've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
So it's a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words.
Makes sense.
I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
I wonder what that says about me, or that I was sent by my station. I must be an augury and apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message?
No. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If not, we should move.
What's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
So you volunteered to spoil it.
Yes. I am an unrepentant spoil sport.
The lieutenant appears pleased with this. Alright.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Why did the 40 first send me?
Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right. If you're so well qualified, why can't you remember why you were sent? Anyway, don't keep the lieutenant waiting.
I am actually going to level up my logic just so I can do this. Nothing. Talk.
Yes.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
Yeah, that makes more sense than the other stuff I thought of.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct sent me here in this case because I'm a fuck-up? Like, as a joke.
I've considered it.
That's not true, right?
I don't think I can say one way or another. I do think it's somewhat unlikely, though.
Why is that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
So you are their finest.
I am the finest of nothing.
You really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through.
It's fair.
We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Good to know. Alright. I can talk to this guy and try and figure out who the fuck he is. Let's give it a shot.
Again? I can't believe this shit. Neither can I, partner.
I'm forgetting it. I may not actually have another check there. It may have been a one and done kind of check. Also, hello.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
Hi.
Hi. So what brings you here?
I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
You're right, he was magical. Magically bureaucratic.
I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people.
Why was he staying at your place in the middle of the night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
Who are you, you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
What does it mean, a Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Is that even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
Fair enough. Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return.
Return where?
To his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know. What about me, gendarme?
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I live here. My room is right upstairs.
Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me.
I don't know.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Honestly, there's not a whole lot of reason. Except for the obvious choices I had there to fuck him, I suppose. But, you know, aside from that... Okay, so it is raining. I don't think it's time yet to call the library. I'm gonna come down here and talk to René.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
What is it about this old soldier that makes him so proud? Let's try it. Unlikely.
Still, All you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with a civilian attire.
Anything else I can assist you with, officer? We still have a game to finish.
I saw the statue of Felipe III near the roundabout.
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
I mean, both of these are true, depending on the situation, right? Powerful leaders not afraid to do what must be done. This is what the country needs. If you're being attacked, for instance, it's exactly what you need. But someone who puts their people before the rest is what you need in peacetime.
You haven't lived as long as I have, son. With age, a man learns certain things about real power, or else ends up a spineless socialist rat, like Gaston here.
I like these two guys. One's a royalist, the other's a communist. And like, this is a spineless socialist rat, like Gaston here. But they're still playing bocce. Like, they're still, like, friends.
And the worst part of that, officer, is having to spend your days playing pétanque with an angry snake.
The Carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
What was that about cocaine?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler?
Making excuses for him.
That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
I'm sure he thought he did.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
I don't know how much clarity cocaine gives you. It'll keep you up for a week, but...
He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
Seems like irresponsible behavior for a monarch. Drug users shouldn't even operate heavy machinery, much less rule countries.
From what I've seen of the officers of the RCM... But I don't want to get into a debate about drug policies.
Fair enough. Let's talk about something else.
Right.
Is there anything you can tell me about this rifle, or the antique firearm?
It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
In the basement, pointing to the bookshop.
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
I found your guard booth.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looked right over the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Why on leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
Fair enough.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
So who was working your shift that night?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
Sad.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative?
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiners' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Interesting. I kind of agree with all of these in some way or another. Everyone gets it. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together. I love it. That's kind of true. It's charity, but it's probably too proud to like it to be linked to charity, you know what I mean? Such absentee only weakens a man further. Do or die is no middle ground. That's also true if you depend too much on charity. René is but one man. We need a program, get all the elderly back in the job market, keep folks motivated. I mean, I suppose. René should rent out his services, invest the profit, get a few more guys, expand and repeat. Wage work is a dead end. I mean, if you want to make money.
Yes, yes, yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
I saw a picture in there. You were in it. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Thanks.
Yes, yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Let's try this again, because I can.
As René turns from you
nice.
to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted,
How many medals are there?
displaying them proudly. 2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
Look at the cross.
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frizzle I.
Look at the sun.
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
Croix de Bravoure and setting sun.
For bravery.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm sure. but I know this uniform's reputation. You are also wondering if I got this for raping women or killing babies.
I don't know the reputation of anything. Don't even recognize the war.
Son, we should never forget our past. Lots of mistakes were made back then, but there were also lessons. Forgetting those times means the mistakes were for nothing. That all those people died for nothing.
Whoa. Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane.
So what did you get the medals for?
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Saved a princeling?
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious.
Interesting.
King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
That's a good word. You don't usually get the adjectival version of asinine.
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Must have been a bloodbath.
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw.
Jesus.
Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
Jesus Christ.
Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful.
What did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
It's no dink.
So I grabbed the dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the joyless freak convinced Frisel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood, piss and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty, just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
Interesting. Thanks for the story.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men, too. True Revacholians. Men with backbone.
Oh, yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please, bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
There's no reason to do that. What We're already sitting at like half an hour just from that, which is insane to me. But I guess we also did the conversation when I was dreaming, so that makes sense, I guess. However, that's going to be it for this episode. So if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. As always, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.